Okay, so the next section we're going to look at is capturing people in a natural and relatable way. So the first thing I want to talk about is the uncanny valley. So the uncanny valley is basically this thing. The more a person begins to look like a person, the more relatable we find them, until a point. There's a little gap where they look very similar to a person, but clearly aren't a person, that we become freaked out and uncomfortable. It's human nature. It's how we detect liars and dishonest people. A good example of this is if you've ever been to Madame Tussauds and you have waxwork people, you find that obviously those images, they look weird, they look uncomfortable. And it's because they look just enough like a person that they could be a person, but our own human intuition tells us they're not. And they kind of have those freaky, weird emotions and they make us feel uncomfortable. Now, that is what we want to avoid in our photography. We want to make sure that all of our imagery feels natural and candid and that we don't make their models look like they're existing in the uncanny valley. We want them to be sincere and authentic. Okay, so how do we go about achieving that? So, as I've said before, one of the most important things is build rapport, make the subject feel comfortable and at ease. Shoot candid moments. So we might even be going for like posed shots, but it's a good idea just to capture those moments in between. If you're funny, try and tell a joke or two. It's good to have a little bit of banter. If you can make someone laugh on set, they'll be very comfortable. Another thing is the lighting. If we've got natural, candid lighting, it's going to make the images feel more natural and candid. And then when it comes to trying to convey a certain emotion, we want to focus on expression and emotion rather than poses. So if we want the model to look sad, we need to kind of get them there. Now, I'm not saying like shout at them, berate them until they are sad, but talk about that emotion, that feeling, rather than just saying, look sad, because no one can just look sad authentically. If we're trying to be natural and candid, also try and stay at their eye level, because if we're looking up or looking down on them, it creates a bit of a power dynamic. If we're looking up at them, imagine this in a film, you might be looking up at the hero, it's aspirational. If we're looking down on them, it makes them feel quite small and lost. Now, these are great techniques if that's the emotion and feeling we're trying to achieve, but if we're trying to create a natural and candid feel, this is not appropriate.